This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and we start today's show with the latest on Canada's women's soccer. Last night we got the news that a Canadian staff member had flown a drone over the New Zealand practice session. Today, Canada announced it has dismissed assistant coach Jasmine Mander, as well as analyst Joseph Lombardi. Head coach Bev Priestman also removed herself from tomorrow's opener and issued this apology. On behalf of our entire team, I first and foremost want to apologize to the players and staff at New Zealand Football and the players on Team Canada. This does not represent the values that our team stands for. I am ultimately responsible for conduct in our program. The Canadian Olympic Committee added that the women's staff will undergo ethics training and they will continue to review the matter and take necessary action. They also added they will be transparent with the IOC and FIFA. FIFA did release a statement of its own, claiming the matter would be submitted to the disciplinary committee in the coming days. Tip football and the countdown of the NFL season continues. We are 6 weeks and a day from kickoff, and if you don't feel like doing the math, I'll do it for you. We're 43 days away. Cowboys open camp today with a notable admission. Star wideout CeeDee Lamb did not report while he's seeking a new deal. Lamb is entering the final year of a contract that pays him $18 million and is looking for a big payout and a bit of security. In the meantime, this is going to cost him, with daily fines of $50 grand for each day missed. But let's just say he'll be safe in the long run after Justin Jefferson reset the marker for pass catchers last month. Jefferson's $140 million deal has an average of $35 million per season. That's the highest for a non-quarterback. So the ball's in your court, Jerry, because it's Rod Titwell season. The Cowboys are going to have to pay up for a guy coming off one of the best seasons for a wide receiver ever. And keep in mind, they still have to pay Dak too. Here's what ESPN's Louis Riddick had to say.
Obviously, it takes two to consummate a deal. It takes two to agree on parameters in terms of guaranteed money, how much of it's paid out in the first 3 years, what the average per year is going to be, how the payments are actually structured over the course of, of a calendar year, a lot of stuff. But that being said, the fact remains, you saw this coming down the pike a long time ago. You saw how wide receiver dollars were trending in terms of average per year and guaranteed money. You saw how this was trending on your own roster. You know how important this man is. You know how much teams right now rely on objective data. We just put that graphic up on the screen. This is one of the most productive wide receivers in his first 4 years in the NFL in history. In history, you drafted him. You're developing him. This is something to be proud of. If there's ever a guy that you wind up going, hey, look, this is going to make me kind of like really grit my teeth when I have to like go ahead and ramp up this money the way it is, because look, none of these owners like spending money. I don't care how much money they're making, but the fact is he's yours.
So what's it going to be, Jerry?
Here it is. Show me the money.
The start of the Paris games are just 2 days away, and we are drawing closer to Canada's men's basketball opener, with the guys getting started Saturday against Greece. Now joined by Jevohn Shepherd. Jevohn, great to see you.
Marissa, always good seeing you.
Okay, Jevohn, one thing Canada has going for them is their backcourt. And even with some questions surrounding Jamal Murray, are he and SGA the best backcourt in Paris?
Marissa, I thought about this. I put down some notes looking at all the other rosters and all the other backcourts, and I said, you know what, we're going to crumple this up and we're just going to throw it out. Because Canada has the best backcourt in the Olympics. Canada has the best backcourt in the world. That's not up for debate. There's not going to be much discourse there. We're talking about an SGA who was runner-up for MVP in the NBA this past season. At the World Cup, finished 4th in points per game, as well as this past season, 4th in points per game, 30, just about 30. And you think about how he scores the basketball. He gets to anywhere he wants on the floor at will. Then you have a Jamal Murray who comes in with a championship pedigree, playing the Robin role. So I think both those guys really complement one another. How fast they get that connected fabric is going to be the storyline. It's going to be the question. But you're playing FIBA in international competition. There's a shorter three-point line. There's no defensive 3 seconds, so a lot less space to work in. With those two guys, you have two creators, two guys that can close out games for you, give them the ball late in shot clock, but also create for their teammates because they command so much attention, but they can keep the basketball alive and get everybody involved. So yes, Canada has the best backcourt, and that's not up for question.
To win in the international game, what's more important? Great guard play or size amongst your bigs and wings?
Great guard play, it's not even a question. Because again, the spacing on the floor is so limited. You need guys that can handle pressure. You need guys that can handle the rock, get teammates involved. But also, that's the leader of your team. So the rest of the guys, the rest of the 11 guys on your floor, 10 guys on your team, are looking for those guys, SGA and Jamal Murray, to set the tone. But when you have guys that can score the basketball at will, when you have guys that can handle pressure, they create so much opportunity, they create so much advantage for your team, and they get everybody else involved. Think about it. If you can't get the ball over half, you can't get into offense. And I know everybody likes to talk about defense, but at the end of the game, the team that wins is the team that has more points.
Jevohn, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And on the topic of Canadian guards, Andrew Nembhard got a big payday today, signing a contract extension with the Pacers for $59 million. Nembhard averaged 9 points per game last season, but went off in the playoffs, averaging 15 on 56% shooting. Now, when Joe Burrow was drafted in 2020, he entered the league as somewhat of a golden child. First overall pick, fresh off a national championship, and perhaps most importantly is that Joe was just cool as hell. On Tuesday, he took the golden child label to another level. Eminem releases the death of Slim Shady, and less than 2 weeks later, he reincarnates as Burrow. This isn't the first time Burrow has made waves with his looks. Before Slim Joe, there was Cozy Joe. There was also Jolly Joe. We also got Joey Flowers. And of course, Super Bowl Joe in his Bengals suit. One particular Burrow fit spoke to all of us north of the 49th, when he rocked his dad's Alouettes jersey a week before the Grey Cup. So where does Burrow find the inspiration for these looks? Well, sometimes he has just a little help from his friends.
This was all free. The sweatshirt was made by my friend Micah that I went to high school with, and the shoes are from my friend Scott, as most people know of Kid Cudi. So.
You're aware people think that you're spending millions of dollars on these clothes and these friends.
Yeah, my friend all my friends put this outfit together for me, so I got great friends.
And finally, as a huge Seinfeld fan, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up these Seinfeld pants that he wore immediately after eliminating the Bills from the playoffs. They were the very pants he was returning. That's it for me today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at 3 Eastern. No Pacific! Have a good one.